Dr. Jeff here with you again this week with co-op student Hannah. What are we talking about this week, Hannah?
This week we're going to be talking about kinesiology tape.
So you should know all about kinesiology tape since you're in kinesiology. So what is kinesiology tape?
So kinesiology tape is a flexible type of tape that allows athletes to have full range of motion. It also improves their blood flow and circulation of fluids. So you might have seen a lot of Olympic athletes wearing this colorful tape all over their bodies. And this just helps them compete at their full potential without limiting range of motion.
Cool. So, as Hannah mentioned, it's a movement tape. Unlike the tape that we had years ago where if you're watching someone sprain their ankle playing basketball and the trainer would come on and wrap the ankle really tight with his white medical tape or look like hockey tape, that would immobilize the joint and keep it from moving. That's not as popular anymore. You don't see that much anymore because with the advancement of braces, it's much easier to put a brace on that instead of putting this tape on. The tape, if not done properly, could cut off blood flow, could irritate the skin, could cut the skin, things like that. But now we've got this movement tape. It's called kin tape here. We call it, it goes with Willis, and we call it rock tape. So it's a stretchable, flexible tape. We have the regular size here, then we have the Big Daddy here that we would use on big areas such as hamstrings or quads or your low back. And it's a movement tape. It really has two things it does, is what they have found anyways. One is it allows fluids to move. So when you put it on your skin, it lifts the skin away from the tissues underneath. So it allows the fluids and the lymph and everything to move more freely underneath it. A few years ago when I went to take the course, I had a bad fall before I went to the course. And so I did a little test that week. And what I did is I put some tape over part of the bruise on my arm and left part of the bruise without any tape on. So at the end of the week, I took the tape off, and the area that didn't have the tape on was still black and blue and was still quite tender. The area where I had the tape on, I turned kind of yellowish green, and it wasn't really sore anymore. So the body was already starting to drain out all that bad blood and that bruising and repair it much faster. The other thing kin tape does, or rock tape does, is it works something called kinesthetically. So it kind of plays games with your brain. It's kind of like pinching yourself when you're sore. And what it does is when you put the tape on, it works on the skin, and the skin is kind of tapped into the brain, and the brain's kind of confused as to where the pain actually is. And so it kind of helps you take the pain away a little bit. When you're watching TV, you're seeing these Olympic athletes, as Hannah said, with all these different tape and colors and things on. Generally, they're probably not sore, they're probably not injured. They're using it for the first reason I talked about, for the fluid reason. When you're using your muscles, especially using them with high intensity, you get a lot of byproducts, a lot of lactic acid in the muscle. The muscles don't really work very well when there's toxins and byproducts in them. So what they're doing is they're putting the tape on to pull the skin away to allow the body to flush all those toxins and lactic acid and stuff out. So the muscle's not going to tighten up, it's not going to get sore, so they can improve their performance. So that's why you're going to see a lot of these people wearing kin tape. Now with kin tape, you want to make sure it's being put on properly. So you want someone who's been trained to put it on, because it has to go in a certain direction. If you're not putting it on the proper direction or the proper stretch in the tape, what can happen is it's not going to do the job it's supposed to do. So it's going to be pretty useless doing it. So really, if you're going to be using it, make sure you see someone who actually has done it before, has taken the course, and put it on properly.
Questions about what we talked about today about kinesiology tape, you can email us at jgoldsworthy@goldsworthywellness.com, or you can find us on Facebook. If you like the video, be sure to give it a like or a comment and share it with your friends. And if you have anything that you want us to research and talk about, be sure to let us know. As always, I'm here with Dr. Jeff, and I'm Hannah, and we've got your back.